Hello student, today will be the question answer session part 4. Okay, now will be first question. A bullet moving at the speed 200 meter per second can penetrate 4 centimeter thick wooden board. What will be the suitable speed of the bullet to penetrate a 16 centimeter thick same wooden block? That means wooden block is given here, but now a 16 centimeter thick speed of bullet to penetrate a 16 centimeter thick same wooden block. Okay, 4 সেন্টিমিটার ব্লককে যখন সে 200 মিটার পার সেকেন্ডে ইয়ে করে যায়, মানে গেলে পার করে যায়, তখন 16 সেন্টিমিটারের একটা উডেন ব্লককে পেনিট্রেট করতে তার কত সময় লাগবে? তার আগে আমি একটু ইয়েটা করে নিচ্ছি, দাঁড়াও, ব্রাশ। ওকে, তো সে এখানটা আগে অ্যাক্সিলারেশন বের করতে হবে। অ্যাক্সিলারেশনের ক্ষেত্রে দুটো ক্ষেত্রে আমাকে কনসিডার সেম করতে হবে, এটাই হচ্ছে বেসিক আমাকে ধরতে হবে। তো সেটা হচ্ছে প্রথমে দেখো তোমার 200 ইউ হয়েছে, দেখো ইউ ইকুয়াল টু 200 মিটার পার সেকেন্ড, আর ভি দেখো 0 হবে। তার কারণ হচ্ছে after the penetration we consider that velocity of the body will be 0, or the body came to rest, bullet came to rest. And acceleration we consider, we find out the acceleration of the body. So we know that the v sorry s is given also, so we must be use s. Okay, s is given, so v square equal to u square minus twice s, because deaccelerated body will be moved through the wooden block with the deacceleration, because wooden block is oppose the motion of the body. So that means acceleration equal to u square into, that means 200 into 200 by 2 into 4 centimeter. So 4 centimeter must be converted to the 4 centimeter into 4 centimeter into meter. So you must be divided by 100. So I can multiply here 100. Okay, so now 200, that means 25 into 200 into 100. So I just put the value. So acceleration equal to I just simplify, secant square. Now I can erase this portion. Now just here given that the velocity, you can find out the velocity. Similarly you can find out v, you put the v square, v square equal to u square minus twice s. So s equal to, sorry, u equal to, we just find u equal to root over 2 into a 500 into s equal to 16. So 16.4, and this is the 10 to the power 5, I think, came out. Okay, so 10 to the power 5 root of that one, and the value is just root over 10 to the power 5 into 16. So you just put the value acceleration equal to, u equal to 4 into 100 root 10. Okay, and root 10 value especially 3 point something. Okay, I think 33 I think, equal to 3 I consider. So this value absolutely 12 meter per second. So this is the answer. That means when the body move with the velocity 1200 meter per second, then the bullet will be penetrate through a 16 centimeter block. Okay. Next question will be discussed. Next question is a stone is dropped dropped from the top of a tower of 15-meter height. At the same time, another stone is thrown up from the foot of the tower with a velocity 25 meter per second. At what distance from the top? After that, after how much time the stone cross each other? At what distance from the top, and after how much time the stone will be cross? মানে তোমাকে বলছে যে একটা তুমি টাওয়ারের উপর 50 মিটার টাওয়ারের উপর দাঁড়িয়ে তুমি একটা স্টোনকে নিচের দিকে ফেলছো, আর তার ফুটে দাঁড়িয়ে ইউ ক্যান থ্রো এ স্টোন আপওয়ার্ড ডিরেকশন। সো আফটার হাউ মাচ টাইম, মানে ওরা একটা সময় তো মিট করবে, যেহেতু একটা নিচে আর একটা উপরে আসছে, তো কোন সময় তারা মিট করবে সেইটা প্রথমে বলেছে। আর হচ্ছে কত ডিস্টেন্সে, টপ থেকে কতটা ডিস্টেন্সে তারা মিট করবে সেইটা তোমাকে বের করতে হবে। তো সেইটা বের করার জন্য আমি একটা প্রথমে দেখো, ধরো এইরকম এটা একটা টাওয়ার, এটা একটা টাওয়ার। তো টাওয়ার থেকে ধরো একজন এইখান থেকে ফেললো, এত দূর একটা এলো, আর একটা ধরো এইখানটা থেকে থ্রো করছে, এইখান এত দূরটুকু এলো, ঠিক আছে। এই পয়েন্টে দেখো দুটো মিট করেছে এই জায়গায়। তো এই জায়গায় যখন মিট করবে, তখন দেখো যখনই মিট করবে তাদের টোটাল ডিস্টেন্সটা দেখো 50 সেন্টিমিটার হচ্ছে বা 50 মিটার হচ্ছে, কারণ এপর দিয়ে যতটা ডিস্টেন্স অ্যান্ড ফুট থেকে তার ততটা ডিস্টেন্স, টোটাল ডিস্টেন্স অফ দ্য বডি মাস্ট বি 50. And next is time. After that I calculate time. So before I discuss, first question is you know that u equal to h equal to, so for first case this is equal to h1 and this is equal to h2. h1 equal to ut when the body fall from a particular height, then ut equal to plus half g t square. And you know that the initial velocity of the body when fall from a top of the tower, the initial velocity is 0. That means the body moving with a free falling. Okay, so that means this is equal to 0. Okay, so I just erase out. Next is given that h2, the body throw from the top through foot of the tower to upward direction, then h equal to ut minus half gt square. Okay, minus because the body throw against the gravitational acceleration, that's why that's why we can use minus sign and the body moving with the retardation. Okay, so this is the next is h1 plus h2 equal to 50. So just put the value. Then we just h1 equal to half gt square plus ut minus half gt square equal to 50. Okay, sorry, equal to 50. So this half gt square is cancel out, just ut equal to 50. And you know that u is given, u is 25 meter when the particle throw from foot of the wire. So 25 into t equal to 50 and t equal to then 2. So this is the time required when the two body will meet after 2 seconds from throw from the foot of the wire, either top of the when a body is freely falling from the top of the tower. Okay, this is the equation, and we get the time of the body when they can meet each other at after the 2 seconds from the fall. Okay, next is height. So height is easily you can calculate from the top of the height. So I just put h equal to half gt square, half, you consider g equal to 10 into t equal to 2 square. So 2 and 2 is cancel out, 20 meter. So from top the body will be fall from the top of the tower to 20 meter. Okay, okay, you consider this is the 20 centimeter, and from bottom of the tower equal to this is equal to 30. This equal to 30. Okay, here they can meet, and this is 30 centimeter from the foot of the tower and 20 centimeter from the top of the tower. This is the answer of the question number 2. And what do you mean by thermoelectric power? Thermoelectric power is the rate of change of thermo EMF with respect to the temperature difference. Okay, that means if you apply a temperature difference across a thermocouple, then we know that the current flow through this thermocouple, this is no thermoelectric effect. And the thermoelectric power defines the amount of thermoelectric EMF induced either arises in the couple when unit either temperature difference, a particular temperature difference is produced in the thermocouple. Okay, here delta E, the if you consider delta E amount of EMF induced in the circuit when the temperature difference between cold and hot junction of a couple is equal to d theta, then induced rate of change of power either thermoelectric power equal to dE by d theta. This is the thermoelectric power equation of the thermoelectric power. And unit, you know, EMF unit is volt and theta unit is Kelvin, either centigrade. So this is the unit. This is question number 3. And question number 4, a force act on a rest mass of 2 kg for 5 seconds and the force ceased to act. The first question, first we must be remember that the force is applied for the body 2 kg of mass for 5 seconds. Okay, then the force absolutely withdraw, and the body move 18 meter during 4 seconds. After that, the body move 80 meter in 4 seconds. Okay, so how much force was applied on the body? So you must be calculate the amount of force applied on the body. Okay, so before I will start, I will calculate. You know that A is equal to ut in 4 seconds. So u equal to 80 by 4. So this equal to 25. The velocity of the body you can calculate either this process. Okay, 20. Either one thing I will be calculate very easily, that is the body will be, you think, consider the force apply on a rest body. Initial body velocity is initial velocity of the body is 0. Okay, and final velocity you don't know. Final velocity you calculate. Final velocity equal to 80 by 4 equal to 20 meter per second, and initial velocity equal to 0, and acceleration equal to v minus u by t, and v equal to 20, u equal to 0 by 4. This velocity change in 4 seconds, so this equal to 5. So acceleration of the body must be, acceleration of the body is 5 meter per second square. Acceleration we can find, we estimate the value of acceleration of the body. So now force, we will calculate the force of the body, application of the force of the body. So force F equal to m into A. We know m equal to 2 and A equal to 5 equal to 10 Newton. Okay, this is the force applied on the body. Okay, this is the answer of the question number 4. And now how much velocity be applied a X-ray tube such that the minimum wavelength of the emitted X-ray will be 1 angstrom. Okay, it will also be easily you can calculate. You know that the emitted photon of the X-ray energy equal to h nu. Okay, this equal to application of the external voltage, energy of the external voltage. You think V voltage applied, so when V voltage, one electron passes through a V voltage, then the amount of energy gained by the electron is known as electron volt. Okay, so if V voltage is applied, electron gain the energy E into V. This amount of energy will be equal to the emitted photon energy of the X-ray. So now you calculate the minimum wavelength, how much voltage. So V equal to, you know that h nu by E, and h nu you write hc by lambda into E. Now hc by lambda, hc, if you calculate hc equal to this, equal to 12.4 approximately. Okay, 12.400 by, this is electron volt, 12,400 electron volt by lambda into electron volt. So electron volt and electron volt and electron volt, this electron volt is cancel out. So you just calculate. Now you just calculate just calculate V equal to 12400 by 1 angstrom, then you put just you get 12400 volt, 12,400 volt if applied, then 1 angstrom x-ray is come out. And you know that x-ray is a very short wavelength. Its wavelength vary between 0.5 to 5 angstrom, so it is very easily you know that. And a light body, next is a light body and a heavy body have equal linear momentum, which is the greater kinetic energy. I think we will calculate linear momentum is same, but which is you know that kinetic energy equal to root over 2 sorry P equal to kinetic energy of the body equal to root over 2m into ek. This is the first body and this is the second body, root m e k k. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 1, this is 2. If you take the ratio, then you will be calculated. P1 P2 is same, so just cancel out, root over cancel. If you cancel out, then you will be get just that E2 by E1. I think U1 ek1 by ek2 equal to ek1 by ek2 equal to m2 by m1. Okay, and now a lighter body, we think E1k is the lighter body and E2k is heavier body. So m2, you know that the m2 greater than m1, so from there we can calculate that the kinetic energy of the lighter body is more respect to the kinetic energy of the heavier body. Okay, kinetic energy of the lighter body is heavier than kinetic energy of the lighter body. So this means that that means ek1 greater than ek2. This is the analysis of the question number 6. And now question number 7, the electric current in a lamp decrease 5%, the power decrease. So you know that current decrease 5%, what amount of power decrease of the circuit? Okay, very important question. So you will be calculate that, you know that work done when I current is passes through a R resistance, W equal to I square RT, and power equal to P equal to W by T equal to I square R. So current is increase or decrease, that means resistance of the circuit is not affected by the decreasing or increasing of the current. So P proportional to I square. Okay, just erase this portion. And you know that we also be calculate how we can estimate percentage error of the circuit easily. If you derivative both side, then you will be get dp p by dp equal to 2 di. Okay, so now if you divided both side, just sorry I into twice by, now you can divide it by both side p equal to I square, so I cancel out, just 2 into di by I. This is the percentage error, this is the percentage di by I, this is the percentage error. So this equal to 2 into 5 equal to 10. Okay, so percentage error equal to 10%. 10%. Now question number 8, the characteristic X-ray depend on the nature of the material. This is absolutely true. That means nature of the X-ray material is depend only. The characteristic X-ray depend on the nature of the target material. The velocity of electron is absolutely independent. Number of electron, it is also independent. So that's nature of the and next is the magnetic field at any point infinite long current carrying wire is directly proportional. You know the magnetic field of infinity current carrying wire B equal to mu naught I by twice pi into D, sorry, D equal to D. Okay, here you easily observe that B proportional to I, so that means only one option is correct, is magnitude of the current. But here is D be the distance between current carrying conductor to point where we measure the magnetic field of the wire. Okay, this is the question number 9. And question number 10, if the length of the conductor is double, the radius is half, its specific resistance independent of the length of the material, it is depend on the different material and temperature. Okay, so that's why only it is answer is unchanged. This is the answer of the question. Okay, this is the complete analysis.